everyone, welcome back to another unboxing. Well, actually, it's not an unboxing tutorial. No, tips and tricks for identifying Pokemon cards. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. So here we have the Pokemon cards I've unboxed. I was getting ready to catalog them, but I figured we'll go ahead and make that video part 2 on different cards. So last time we went over rarities with the triangle, circle, and the star. We went over amazing rares. We went over ultra rares, stuff like that. So check out that video. It's already been posted. But here's a part 2. This will go a little bit more into depth on actual cards and different styles of cards that have come out over the series of expansions of so many of them. There'll be things like how to identify shiny fates from hidden fates and what full arts are compared to regular arts, mega evolutions, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So where to start? Alright. This is an example of a break card. A break card is from Steam Siege, and I don't know which one was prior, but this one happens to be Evolutions. But basically, if you read it, it's a Ninetales break. I also have a Externius break, but it's a mechanic along the same style of V cards and V Star and all that good stuff. VMAXes and stuff like that. Next up, I did sort these out, so that's what's going on here. But I figured I would go ahead and show y'all some stuff before I put everything away, although I guess it wouldn't have hurt to put everything away. But anyway, here is another example of something kind of random, but it's a good thing to know. So when I first started out, I didn't know what Shadowless and Shadow is, but these are 2 base set cards. We have a Spiel and a Coughing. You can see their base cards because it says Wizards at the bottom. And there's nothing else to define any other kind of characteristic from it. So you see Seal is a uncommon and Coughing is a common card. But if you look, what makes it shadowless? Well, you see how Coughing has the shadow on the side of it right here? This part right here makes it a shadow. This part where there's no obvious shadowing on the side makes it a shadowless card. Also, this Seal happens to be a first edition, which some of them do have, depending on how far along it is in the series and stuff like that. This one happens to be a first edition base set model, which means that this has that stamp, so this makes it worth usually more. But I got the Seal just because I wanted to show the shadowless version and the shadowed version. Okay, so moving on from that, you have EXs and Mega Houndoom EX. The M stands for Mega Evolution. This happens to be through Breakthrough, so that's what's on here. But basically, it's when a Pokemon has a Mega form. Now, because it's a Mega Houndoom EX, you have to have Houndoom EX, so I went ahead and got the full art version. So these are both full arts. What makes it a full art is the fact that you can see the whole Pokemon. So you see Sweet, and I love Houndoom, so I got these 2. That can also be said for another example is Tyranitar EX Full Art. Now these cards aren't in the best shape, and that's okay. I just wanted to get them. I'm never going to play with them, so they won't get in worse shape, but here's another example of a Mega EX card. This happens to be Ancient Origin for Tyranitar. And they each have their own rules and who they have to go by. Okay, next up is a Radiant collection from Legendary Treasures. These are Violetta EX and Emolga. Some collections, when they have a secret vault, have different coding. So this is RC Radiant Collection 23 out of 25. This is 25 out of 25. So that was just a nice little peek at what this is. I thought these were really, really cute. So I went ahead and got these. But yeah. So like things like that for an example. So I got these two as an example, so let's put these to the side. But these are going to be to the side just because I have to get the binder out for those to make an example out of them. Alright, next up. So these are all Hidden Fates. And they are like the Vulpix and stuff that I have. These just happen to be full art forms of it instead of like versions like these two, where it has just the thing. These are actually full art forms, so they're more like ultra rares, even though both of them are part of the Shining Vault. So, and this is how it says SV18 out of SV94. That stands for Shining Vault for this collection. The A is another indicator. I don't know why they all have different ones, but in regards to that, I will say that that's also how you can tell Shining Fates from Hidden Fates, is if it's a shiny card like this, the shiny is with the sparkles, specifically these sparkles. But you'll notice that Hidden Fates has an actual thing, and Hidden Fates still has the shiny vault, whatever, but it has the Shining Fates logo-ish thing. Okay? So just keep that in mind. And then I got a Creme because I love El Creme, and I love that it's a pink full art form. Really, really cute. So you'll notice that another mechanic is V cards, but there's also recently introduced with Sword and Shield VMAX cards. So you have to have a V card to transform it. This I just happened to get from the same eBay person. So this VMAX goes perfectly with this V card. And that's a mechanic for that. And this is just an example, since I don't play the actual card game, I don't know too much about the mechanics parts of it, but here's another example of Lapras V and Lapras VMAX. But this is just to help you identify your cards. Onyx, what are you doing, buddy? Here is a full art of Pierce. Usually you have a trainer card and it has like the little window, but this is Pierce in full art form. Onyx, stop. Here we have a, I don't remember if we did it, but it's a secret rare. It has the rainbow version, so you'll have a Lycanroc VMAX regular that has the coloring, and then you'll have a secret rare which has the rainbow effect on it. Overall, it's a really pretty card though. And that's from VMAX, guys. So here's an example of like another full art version of Lycanroc GX. Alright, and then I think that's it for that mechanic. So, next we're going to move on to, for examples for... I still have to inventory these, that's why they're out. I just received them today. Wender brought them over, but I have to go through and organize them and stuff like that. But I wanted to make this video, so that's why I got Spiel and the Mega EX and stuff like that. So, there is one or two ways to do this. But, if I grab my binder, and it's not necessarily a binder, it's a folder of rares. My ultra rares and amazing rares and everything in here. It's not like a hollow, and it's just a foil card or something or other like that line. Will go in here. The reverse hollows have their own binder. The hollows have their own binder, and the amazing rares and secret rares and rare rares all go in this binder. So I have two Darkrai GXs. This is a secret rare. This is a EX and Primo Groudon EX Mega Evolution. That's Primal Reversion. You got more EXs up here and a tag team. We went over the gold one. We have another one of this now. These are kind of organized as expansion, but not really anymore because we keep opening packs and they keep coming out in the middle of nowhere. So there's that. But that's just a good example of like what a VMAX would look like regular and what a ultra secret rare VMAX would look like. And this is a V card. So you would use this V card to get the VMAX, and then you can either have these or this one. Obviously the secret rare is more valuable. Same thing with Victini and their shoes. So this is a Tabletop Full Art. So here is a good example of what an alternate art is versus a regular art form. So your initial pull, your probably more common pull, is this Tyranitar V Battle Styles. This is what you would pull usually. And then, sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll get a full art version, which is the same card because